Thoughts is powerful. Even my career, even my life, things end up turning out exactly how I visualized it. Not in this time frame I expected. You know what I'm saying? You always want shit to happen overnight. But, I just had clear visions.
What it do, what it do? It is your boy, OMD, Dex 300, and this is the Mighty Corner Store Podcast. Welcoming all of you, whoever you might be, to check out the podcast from the West Coast, San Fernando Valley, Los Angeles, California. It's your boy, OMD Dex 300. Thank you for joining me. Hey, I appreciate anybody that will get down with the KSP. And we're here to talk about some interesting things that's going on in the world and abroad. First of all, I'd like to thank you guys. Because I've been getting, I got a subscriber today, as a matter of fact. And I'll put this out there, just like most YouTubers do. Please subscribe, please like, and please comment. This is not us trying to kiss your ass or trying to get you to do something you don't want to do. We're just asking you to check out our content, check out our YouTube channels, well, mine in particular. But I'm just speaking for other YouTubers that are out there just as well. They're going to ask you the same thing because we appreciate you giving us the time of day. I appreciate you giving me the time of day for sure, because you could be anywhere, but you decide to, to at least take a look at my podcast when you're on YouTube. Just to be clear, I'm not doing this to, how should I put this, to elicit any kind of fame or notoriety or any of that shit. If I could do this and have the people, I would love a small contingent of people, a few thousand people, a few hundred people that dig what I do and just are consistent with me every time I do my pod. Because it's crazy how all these shows, all these pods out there, and they have audiences. It kind of tells you how people feel about you when you get maybe 1 or 2 or 3 people to be on your live, maybe 7, 8, 10, 20 views. A weaker, it did touch my nerve just to taste. A weaker or lesser person, even though everybody got struggles. That's why there's a podcast out there called Everyday Struggle. Whether they talk about everyday struggle or not remains to be seen. But the simple fact that statement or the title of that show leads me to believe that they understand circumstances that people go through every day. And when somebody's trying to do something different or not conform to, how should I put this, to everyday norms and bullshit of life, and try something different and do something outside the box, you would think people that supposedly down with that person would cheer that on and hooray. But what it is in this world today, if somebody's not getting something out of it, even through the content that you're providing, they're not fucking with you. That's a part of life. The sad part is, why? As podcasters, we ask our prospective listeners or viewers to, give us suggestions of what you think we should be talking about. I'm on TikTok. I have a Corner Store Podcast TV TikTok. And I put some of my shows on there, and people on there are like, so it must be me. People on there, don't gravitate to the show or anything that I might put up versus the film clips I put up of movies that I like, or any type of other video content. When my face show up on that motherfucker, for some reason, do I have one of those faces that motherfuckers don't fuck with? When it comes to the ladies, do y'all looking at me and be like, I'm not gonna watch this shit. Yeah. When it comes to the niggas, y'all be like, man, fuck that nigga. He look soft. He look like he don't know what he look. What is it? Am I not promoting correctly? A lot of people say I get into my feelings when it comes to certain things. I'm a Virgo. I don't know if that's true or not. Virgos are, greatness is born in September. People like Ice Cube, Will Smith. There's so many fucking dudes out there that are Virgos, and I know I'm supposed to be not maybe on their level, or at least doing something artistic, which I failed to do for 30 some odd years. I became just a fucking worker bee and a regular motherfucker. One of the greatest gifts in the world is to be a father, though. So I never take that stance that it was a negative, that I was a dad and I had gotten worked and took care of my kids in that way. I just feel like I could have been taking care of my kids in the way that I'm trying to do now, and what I'm trying to do now, which is in media and trying to act and doing a little stand-up here and there, which I need to be doing stand-up all the time. But I'm gonna be real with you. Not just because of the fearfulness. I mean, there's a lot of fucking shit that go off in your head telling you can't do this or you can't do that, or there's all kinds of shit like that. And you would think there would be people out there that would cheer you on or that would support you. There are some. I'll be lying if I said it. Some people that, but see, sometimes when people, it's funny. You get somebody to tell you that positive things and you're going to be fine. You just keep at it. And those same people, no disrespect to them, because they don't have to tell you that or give you no love. Those same people won't even show up on your live chat on your YouTube. I got some guys who do rap every night. They ain't famous or nothing, but they out doing shows almost every other night. I've interviewed some of them. There's cats that I know. I'm going to leave the names out of it because I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to single them out or talk shit. Hell, half of you motherfuckers don't watch my pod anyway, so I actually should just use the names, but I ain't going to say nothing. What I will say is this. Everybody that's doing what they supposed to be doing or doing everything out there expect you to fuck with them. If you tell them they doing something, they be like, oh, they'll cheer it on. Oh, man, that's tight, man. That's tight. But half the time, especially some people that might meet you and see you, they'll look you up and down, be like, yeah, I got a podcast, check me out. Size you up because you ain't wearing the right jewelry or the right shoes or some old stupid shit. But yet still, you can get motherfucking pedophiles like Adam 22 and motherfuckers out there blowing the fuck up. It's weird how motherfuckers get chose to make money. All I need to do is make enough money, take care of me, and bless my children. The rest of that shit, you can fucking suck a dick. I don't need no boats and none of that shit. I don't like the water no way. Being rich ain't never been my thing, but being a thousandaire has been. This fucking nigga eggs $10 a fucking carton. This world, shit, I've been to the store and put 5 items up there, and the motherfucker said $42. You know you in a world that's fucked up when you paying for some meat and some bread and some few little items and some mayonnaise and that shit come up to $40. You fucking right, I'm trying to do something to make some fucking scratch around here. I'd be a fucking fool not to. But I'm gonna keep at it though. I ain't been doing this shit long. And just like I said on Instagram, and just like I said on YouTube, on TikTok and Snap, all that shit. If you don't want to fuck with me, get your monkey the fuck ass up out of here. I don't give a shit. Sometimes I talk about some real shit on here. I be trying to motivate, inspire, talk shit too, laugh, make jokes and all that. But primarily, my show ain't here to just be some shit where you watching some girl ass shake, even though that may happen on here one day. If that's the type of thing that motherfuckers need to hear, it ain't gonna be too gratuitous. But it's gonna be enough to get certain weirdo fucks in here, so I can, because shit, you go to OnlyFans, you go to Pornhub, you go to all these different, and some people you just gotta have some kind of eye candy so their whole ass to come here. Now Joe Budden's podcast, he got not Carrie Hilson, but Alyssa Ford on there. I met Alyssa Ford downtown LA. I don't know if she still lives in that loft or if she was just staying there, but she lived in a loft, or I met her and saw her in a loft. The security guard was like, I started to get up a rapport with him. This is when I was shooting my podcast downtown. Shout out Tony TV. Seen the dude tell me, because I'm talking to him, because the nigga that I would be shooting with, Tony, he was like, no, you can't come up to a certain time and all that. And you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be doing their dirty, but it's all good. That's his house. he was, providing the cameras and the whole shit. So I had to do what he said. Well, while I'm sitting there and I got a report with the security guard over coming there a few times, he points to the fucking little room where this lady's in there doing computer. Chick looked cute. I didn't even realize who the fuck it was till he said that's Alyssa Ford, video vixen. I looked, I said, seriously? Now immediately, I'm trying to motherfucker see if I can get her as a guest on my pod. That would give me credibility. That's the world we live in. I'm not trying to put this person I'm about to mention right here, Aries Spears, comedian Aries Spears. Motherfuckers don't believe I talked to him. You can hey, I got the fucking Instagram voice message that dude gave me. He told me $500 he'll be on my podcast. $500. See, that's the stuff you got to do just to get enough people or somebody worth the fuck to where your shit, what do they call that shit? It'll go viral. It'll go viral. You got Aaron Spears on, oh, your shit went viral. Basically, you paying to play, just like if you went to a fucking whorehouse or hollered at some bitch on some fucking dating site or something. Because believe it or not, on dating sites, because I'm single, motherfucking hoes on there looking good, and you go and message them, and they be like, oh, baby, I'm actually a sugar mama. You got to pay to play. Unfucking real. Maybe it's just me that's having these issues. But it is what it is. Well, that's my fucking, venting moment when it comes to this podcast at this particular time. As you can see, I was thinking my light slim, a young lady who is a subscriber in New York would be on here. But it's like 11 o'clock in New York, and it's a damn shame that a chick in New York has to be on my live when everybody else out here on the West Coast don't even fuck with me. Not even my own seeds get on my live just to see what their dumbass father is doing. That shit is jokes, but it's all good. Like I said, the devil gonna test you. He gonna try you. He gonna make people say, fuck him. Don't look at his shit. He ain't doing nothing. And he don't ever be shit. This nigga, they look at my surroundings like, that ain't no professional studio. This motherfucker's doing podcasts in their bedroom, got more fucking subscribers than I do. And I done paid to promote my shit. That just show you how a lot of motherfuckers will probably get on here who's haters and be like, well, he over here venting and bitching about that shit. Probably your shit is whack. Nah, nigga, you know what's whack? The fact that you would sit there and motherfucking say my shit is whack versus watching that shit and laughing at the same fucking stupid shit that goes on in the world like me. Let's get into what we came to talk about though. First topic I'm gonna talk about is sports related. And it also has to deal with the plight of relationships between not only men and women, between black women and black men specifically. There's an NBA player who was drafted number 1. I forget what year he was drafted number 1 that kind of got shopped around. Started out in Minnesota. I believe Andrew Wiggins ended up, I think he either went from Minnesota to Cleveland, one of the two, but I know he's a Minnesota number 1 pick that ended up in Golden State in a couple years ago or last year or something like that. No, it wasn't last year before last. Won the NBA championship. Okay? Now, the thing that surprises me about this whole situation is this is a young man whose father, Mitchell Wiggins, played in the NBA, and they're born in Canada. That has no bearing as far as where he was born. But I'm only mentioned that to say he wasn't born in the U.S., so there may be a process that he don't get about women over here in the U.S. I take that back. From what I've seen on social media, as well as other forms of social communication and stuff like that, where you see videos, it seems like women kind of all act the same. It really seems like that to me. Now, I brought this guy up just to say that there's a thing going on out there about his wife. And I was so sad when I heard this, it broke my heart. I hadn't been seeing not Mitchell, sorry, I almost called his father's name. I had seen Andrew Wiggins playing for Golden State this year, and Golden State haven't been really Golden State this year. They've been kind of getting their ass whooped. On the road, they came by a win. I think they won the other night on the road. And but at home, they damn near won all their games at home. I think they might have only lost like 1, 2, or 3 games at home. But Andrew Wiggins was surprisingly not there. I assumed he was hurt. That's everybody gonna assume that. Obviously, it was very personal what's going on at Golden State as far as he's concerned. And I'm gonna just go ahead and spill the bag on it. His wife, and I'm not sure how long they was married. I didn't write down no notes on this shit. All I know is I heard it today. His wife has been cheating on him. Oh shit, I think it was for more than 10 years. They've been together that long. I think he met her probably in college. I don't know. But 10 years is a long time. They got 2 children, 2 young, beautiful little girls. Saw a picture of them. And this female has been fucking his best friend for as long as they've been in a relationship. And now it has come to fruition that she might actually have conceived not just one daughter, but both daughters are in question as far as their paternity. And you ladies out there be talking so much shit about us. Men, that is. Mad at passport brothers. There's passport cats out there, white, black, every color. Except for me, I ain't seen no Asian passport boys. So what the fuck they gonna, basically the countries that cats is going to, it's where they came from. So you don't see no Asian guy. Most Asian dudes are married anyway. Asian women are married, they kind quick. There's only a few. Shit, I would love to date an Asian lady. I'd love to date any fucking lady for that matter. You know what I'm saying? To give me an opportunity. And there's a lot of women out there who probably see this podcast and say, motherfucker, I tried to date you and all this. Well, obviously, if you did and it didn't work out, that's my bad. Especially if you feel some type of way to me. If you liked me or whatever, and I didn't really jump in there with both feet. Something obviously, stalemated me. Because I'm going to tell you right now, this is not no narcissist or some fucking, what do they call the other word when you kind of nuts and cuckoo or something. I'm not crazy. I just know when it feels right. It's going to run like a river. I'm going to just roll with the tide and just be that person's dude. But until then, I'm not finna I'm just not. It's just, if it feel funny, I'm going to feel funny. That's the reason why sometimes I might show up and I'm not acting the same. It just, I don't know. Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm losing my fucking marbles. But the fact that this man, he got everything. Money, he got 170 million, something. He got millions. And there was no reason for that woman to be with this man all this time and enjoy the fruits of his labor and be fucking that man. Now he all on the road playing games and shit. In hotels and shit, and all the time she back home getting towed the fuck up, spending his money on his homeboy. Dude would be dead as hell. I'm sorry, I go to prison over that. That don't even make no sense. That's the reason why you gotta watch not only your broad, but you gotta watch these niggas out here, man. And let me tell you something, women ain't no better than men. They probably worse than we are. And they'll say, oh, well, we've been scarred and all these relationships. That bitch young as hell. She ain't had no whole bunch of relationships. That's probably one of her first real loves is dude. But who know before then, she was probably for the streets. He didn't know that. All he saw was a beautiful package. Just because the package beautiful don't mean the present inside is good. That's on the real. If I sound negative these last few episodes I've been having, it's probably I got shit going on in my life too. I'm trying to make this shit pop. And there's some stuff going on personally. I got a legal battle going on with my previous employer. I'm waiting on some shit to pop with that. And, just life, man, and paying bills and just making it pop. And yet still, I get my ass up. I come in here and I do what I got to do when it comes to my media shit. Now, and it's a good way to vent about what's going on in the world. And fuck everybody. That's what I'm on right now. Because truth be told, nobody gives two fucks about you, but I say this. For those who have showed me love, and you have, like some people who showed me some love who was like, I bet you when I called, they was like, damn, what shit going on like that? I got you, my nigga. For those who actually did that, and they ain't asking for nothing back or anything, they just showing me love. God bless you. You gonna get, karma is a motherfucker. You gonna get rewarded whether I reward you or not. The Lord ain't gonna let that lie that you looked out and you're not gonna, He's not gonna bring you something. It'll be triple what I could ever do for you when the Father get involved. Well, with that said, I look at a cat like Andrew Wiggins, who's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, if not a little less than that, almost hundreds of millions of dollars, and he still had to deal with bullshit like he's dealing with his old lady or his so-called wife doing what she doing. Shout out to Draymond Green and the Draymond Green's podcast, which is blowing up. I mean, shit, if you won 3 championships, your podcast will blow the fuck up too. That boy ain't got to do none of the shit I did. Go buy all this stuff and put it up and show. That nigga just comes on. He at home. He just get on the mic, get on the phone. They get 100 million motherfuckers fucking with him out, whatever, however many. Yeah, I don't have that notoriety. I'm just some motherfucker from South Central, Crenshaw High School, class of 84, that's trying to fucking make it and never fake it. Seems like when you're a small peon dirtbag, nobody don't give 2 fucks. It's all good. But Andrew Wiggins, I feel sorry for you, bro. Guess what? You gonna land on your feet. The shit she did to you, hundreds, whatever gonna happen to her, 100 times. I don't want nothing to happen to her physically, but she needs to know the pain that you probably causing her, that she's probably causing you. She needs to know that pain. All the women gonna jump on her defense, even if she was wrong, and say, what was he, instead of saying, why did she do that, they gonna say, what was he doing to make her do that? Because they never take responsibility for nothing, from what I can see. Yeah, I said it. All we want is a fair shake in life and somebody to squeeze and hold on to at night when we go to bed. Just like y'all supposedly do. I'll throw you a little story out about me when it comes to females. I met this Caucasian lady, I ain't gonna lie, fuck it. And she lived in Vegas. I was digging her. She wasn't super fine or nothing like that, but she's a cool person. Talk to her on the phone, shit like that. And that's what making me stop, falling for people even though their conversation be good. And I ain't necessarily like in love with how they look, so to speak, but you give them the benefit of the doubt and their personality outweighs, you might on a 1 to 10, you might say they're a 6, but because of their personality, how they show affection and love to you or whatever, that'll give them more points. They become 8s and shit, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, I flew my ass all the way out there. Vegas ain't that far, an hour flight, but it's far enough. And got out there to hang out with her for the weekend. And this ain't got nothing to do with her animal or with her having a pet. I find if you notice, if you on any dating site, if you're a single man and you see these dang profiles of these females, they all got fucking pets. All of them. Cats, dogs, parrots, snakes. You'd be surprised. Everybody lonely as fuck. And they replace their loneliness with some kind of dog or some pet or some shit. From all kinds of turtles, every fucking thing. Or they got to the point where they hike so much to where you can't every time you're going out, they say, I'm going hiking or I'm going skiing. I notice a lot of people try to fill that when they have nobody in a relationship, they try to fill the void with going places or getting an animal or something. And you're killing relationships that way. You're not going to get me to fuck with you just because you do all these things. I'm actually not in a position to do all those things. Plus, I don't like the water, no way. I don't swim and none shit. Somebody offered me to go on a cruise with them, all expenses paid and everything. And it wasn't that I didn't like the lady or nothing. I just don't want to be on no fucking cruise ship. I can't swim. That shit sink. I'll die before I actually drown. Cause the nigga gonna be that terrified. Big ass nigga like me, yeah. If you can't swim, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And even if you could swim, a sinking ocean liner, a sinking ocean liner. Come on now, what the fuck are you talking about? That's how much I got fears just like anybody else. I'm scared of heights, like a motherfucker. And in the military, jumped out of a helicopter a couple of times. I was like, scared as shit. So it get to a point where a motherfucker be scared to try to date somebody because if you actually get into a relationship with them, I met a lady a few years back. I was in love with this. Yeah, Shay Daly. I'm shout out to Shay Daly. You probably think I'm some kind of weirdo asshole because of how we broke up. Nah. Girl, I would have did anything for you. I done had shit back then. Like I got more now than I did back then. But back then I was driving a motherfucking van, a minivan. For a reason. I was trying to kill several birds with one stone by having a vehicle that can double as transportation and help me do things and make money with it. When it did, I did make money with that fucking truck or that van for many years. And when I met her ass, I'm not gonna go into the whole details, but that woman, she would probably say to this day that what she was saying is that she was trying to better me. By saying, what she said to her family, because I'm a big dude. You know, I'm a big guy. I don't give a fuck. I'll show you, I'm a big nigga. You know what I'm saying? Big. Fuck. So I'm telling everybody on Facebook that I'm falling for this lady. Put it in there that I'm on, you know, that we're in a relationship. Without actually telling her, which, thinking about that now, I kind of regret that I did that. But in hindsight, it shouldn't have mattered if you felt the same way. And obviously, she wasn't tripping, but, she should have told me and all this. Some chick that, some white lady that I was corresponding with off a dating site, and we exchanged Facebook information. Never met the chick. Talked to her a couple times on the phone. She was in Orange County. Made a comment about me saying that me and her was in a relationship. She saw that and went ballistic. You need to check her. And just going off. I'm like, why would you be worried about that? That little shit she said, she can call you out on that. She just, just feeling some type of way because it wasn't her versus you. You need to tell her so. All right, I went on ahead and called the lady, like, dude, that was uncalled for. You upset my new girl, my new lady friend. I'm gonna have to stop fucking with you. Please don't, I'm gonna block you, She's like, all right, whatever, I apologize, We went on. Now she, her family or friends or whoever they were, realized that we were dating. Start seeing a couple pictures of us, or see pictures of me, looking at my profile, and was like, ooh, girl, I see you like them big, just like, I do, because her dude was supposed to be a big nigga. She said, oh no, girl, he gonna lose that weight. What? Well, just for the simple fact, I'm doing this shit for me. I don't need my woman to be telling folks that type of shit. That kind of fucked me up a little bit. Now, some women would probably look at that and like, why was she mad at that? She didn't say nothing. She didn't say nothing. Okay. Now, if I had told her she had small breasts, very small. Now, what if I'd have been the asshole and say, you know what? Everything about you is absolutely perfect. But if there's one thing I could change about you, I'll go get some titties. She'd be offended as fuck. She probably would. I loved every inch of that woman. There wasn't nothing wrong with her. I noticed as we got closer and closer, she seemed like she was angrier a lot. I'm a pot smoker. Just so happened she was too. I thought it was a match made in heaven, which it was. We used to enjoy smoking together quite often. But she's the type of marijuana smoker that when she smokes, she gets quiet. When I smoke, I laugh, and I like to enjoy shit and talk about movies and She's, man, I don't know, it just got weird, man. All I'm saying is, relationships is hard. But if you make the chance, or if you make the challenge or the journey into matrimony with somebody, make sure you know the fuck who they are. Make sure that they are really, truly there for you. Make sure they love you. Make sure they want to be with you. Make sure they're not marrying you because you're $1 million basketball player. Or $1 trillion, whatever the fuck he is. Now that boy ain't playing. He depressed as hell. I'm sure he was already kind of weird when it comes to his attitude. You got all this game, but he used to play like he didn't want to be there. Nigga like Ben Simmons. He kind of fucking remind me of Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is a nut. I think Ben Simmons is crazy. I watched him play. He don't want to be there. He is robbing his team. He robbing the NBA. Send that bitch ass nigga back to Fiji or where the fuck he from. That's a whole nother story right there. That dude's nuts. When it comes to Andrew Wiggins, man, my heart goes out to you. If any of this shit is true, I feel so sorry for you. I'm sorry as hell you married somebody that's for the streets. There's nothing she could say. There's no excuse. There's nothing she could say to justify her doing what she did. And not only that, if it's only one of your daughters that's that man's daughter, that's too much. If it's both of them, man. See, and you wonder, and let me tell you something about a cat killed this girl who was pregnant. Ray Caruth. Ray Caruth is wide receiver, used to play for the Carolina Panthers. That nigga went to prison for killing his baby mama, who he didn't want to have a baby with her. And I saw the picture of the lady. I don't know what type of person she was or none of that shit, but she looked like a beautiful, beautiful young lady in the physical part. And she didn't even look like the type of person that probably would do that. But then again, we are talking about a lady. I am not giving that man one excuse for doing what he fucking did. He deserved to be under the jail. He do. But we got to examine why motherfuckers do what they do. The shit that just happened to Andrew Wiggins, is he within his right to kill her? No. He just got to walk away, put his tail between his legs, and understand you made a mistake. You married the wrong one. She don't give a fuck about you. I'm sorry, after I would get the fuck on with her and wrap that shit up, I wouldn't fuck with I would fuck with chicks from a distance. You gonna get fucked and you gonna get put the fuck out of here. At my crib, I would be living alone, baby. Just like women say they can't trust us since the 1940s, niggas been walking out of their houses and I'll be back going to get me a pack of cigarettes and never come back. Okay, y'all hate us that much, we'll go somewhere else. Don't be mad at the passport boys when they go over there with Filipino chicks and Thailand chicks. Some of these motherfuckers getting passports to go fuck with lady boys with their gay ass, but I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about niggas that's going to Colombia and Rio and all these different places. Yeah, some of them coming back bringing all kinds of diseases because they think just because them chicks is easy over there that they, worthy of the dick. No, they ain't necessarily worthy of the dick. The ones who worthy of the dick is out there in the country somewhere on a farmer's fucking plantation with their daddy that ain't out there in the streets, and he probably still whooping his kid's ass. To be real with you, I have no fucking clue. But all I know is this. It's sad that multi-millionaires have problems too all the time. Bill Gates, not Bill Gates. Well, hell yeah, Bill Gates' wife did leave his ass. Jeff Bezos' wife left his ass too. All these men are weirdos, all on Epstein Island, all that shit. Now, if you got that much money, you got a boat, helicopters, all this shit, you can have any woman you want. You can pay for 15 chicks to satisfy you. But what she did is she got the fuck out of that relationship with Jeff and took half that money, and she went and started fucking with some other dude, which that ended up not working out either. You can always come holler at your boy, baby. I'm telling you. Any of you billionaire chicks fuck with me, you ain't gonna get no slave or nothing. I ain't gonna answer your beck and call, but I will treat you like the queen that you are, goddammit. With that said, let's go on to the next thing we talk about. And if I remember correctly, what the fuck was it almost? Oh. They're talking about banning TikTok. And on the second thing is, Trump might be indicted today. Now, I knew this shit ain't gonna happen. Now, let me tell you something about Trump. Trump ain't going to jail. I don't give a fuck if Georgia try to lock him up. I don't give a fuck if New York try to lock him up. That motherfucker won't do a day in jail. A day. Real criminals who we know is fucking dirty and crooked as fucking snake, if they got real social power, meaning political and social power, they're not gonna do no time. Even some of his cronies who ended up in jail, where they at now? They sitting outside right now. That fucking dude that looked like the Monopoly man with them weird brown glasses that fuck with Trump, he got that nigga out of jail. That man ain't gonna never do a day in jail. Our political fucking system is the most corrupt in the world. And yeah, it's a gang of motherfucking countries that stank as hell. Got all that fake, got a fake democratic system, but all the time those motherfucking votes over there getting bought, paid for too. It's a lot easier to corrupt a small third world country, even second world country, than it is a country like this. But don't think it's hard for it to be corrupted, because it's corrupted. It's been corrupted from day one. The Constitution, a lot of people don't understand. Amendments get added and pulled all the time. You don't even know that shit. But they keep ones in there like the right to bear arms. So fuckboys will be sitting out there talking about they gonna shoot up the fucking world because they don't like this race or that race or this person's sexuality or that person's sexuality. When it comes to Trump, baby, he ain't going to jail. It's all talk. And Trump bitch ass got scared. You can tell he got scared when you sitting up there calling all of the people that support you. Don't let this happen. Fight for me if I go to jail. He's an asshole. That motherfucker killed a shitload of motherfuckers during the pandemic. Millions of people hands. You just as bad as Jim Jones, bro. You never do a jail for the murders that you call. Those are murders. You ain't gonna go to jail for none of the shit you did. January 6th, none of that shit. There's people in jail right now spending some nice little years because they listen to your stupid ass. There's people that's fucking dead from drinking Clorox and taking ivermectin because of your dumb ass. Do you deserve to go to jail? And be sitting right in the cell with Bobo and his homies. Trump, oh come here, nigga, go clean my drawers in the sink. But he'll never do a day in jail. Never do a day. Because this country is corrupt as any country in the world. And money rules everything. It always have, it always will. There's money floating around in the political spectrum that if you got a little bit of it, it'll change your fucking life. I'm talking about anybody that's on the level that I'm on that's trying to make it out there. You give me $60,000 right now, you probably think what I'm gonna blow it on? What the fuck I'm gonna spend it on? What I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of cars? What you think? I'm investing that shit. I'm buying some land, put some money down some land. We finna get this shit cracking. Finna leave some generational wealth for my kids. Kids who probably don't think I'm worth a fuck. Not because, they don't look at their dad and say he ain't da-da-da-da. But when you ain't got your kids, now my son tell me all the time, I don't care about no money, pops. Damn well if I came over with a 10-rack check and handed that shit to him, cashiers, that nigga be like, what the fuck? But you don't want to buy your children anyway. They should genuinely love you just for the fuck. Unless you've been a dick to them. So if your kids don't like you, maybe they think you've been an asshole to them. And I'm not saying my kids don't like me. I'm just saying that I look at other people's lives and their children and they get way more support. Kids be happy to see them when they show up type shit. I don't necessarily think that that's the case with my kids, but I don't get that same energy. The fuck can you do? Other than just keep trying. I know one thing, I ain't gonna never stop trying, and I ain't gonna never, ever, ever start lying. I'm gonna always be 100 and do what I gotta do for me and try to do what I can for them. They pretty much grown now. My daughter's on her last year, my youngest on her last year in high school, and she's trying to find herself and, deal with, what she got going on in her head. I love her to death, and I love my son. He's still trying to figure it out, just turned 20 fizzy. And I'm very proud of him. My oldest daughter's in London, England, studying God knows what. But, she got a liberal arts degree, was working in D.C. and decided to pack up and go to England and to study on some scholarship she won. They just tell you how ingenuitive they are and how, they out there trying to make it and never fake it. So I can't be mad at that. But just like anything else, they got things they got to do, and they got issues. And this world is wild. But these are the kind of things motherfuckers stand up at the store, at the liquor store, to get a drink, a beer or something and be outside of their car or chilling on the wall or take that shit to the park and talk to their friends and try to see or go to the homie house and just talk and try to talk about shit. Niggas end up playing Madden trying to get that stress off their line, smoke some weed. That's why niggas smoke weed and drink and stuff, man. Motherfuckers be stressing. Some people just do it because it's the thing to do. But most of the time, I hung out with people all day when I was fucking trying to make it, got homeless and shit, and I'm hanging out with young gang member niggas, and that's all motherfuckers used to do. Back chain smoking fucking Newports, smoking weed, talking shit about what's going on in there. That's the Corner Store Podcast is reminiscent to that, but in another way. It's a positive thing. Yeah, I'm talking about negative things. I'm saying stuff about negative things. But we got to address this shit so we can be better as a people, better husbands, better fathers, better friends, better business people too. And we need to work with each other. We need to stop hating each other. That conditioning is fucking us up. When a millionaire basketball player, I don't get what, has he got a little dick, bitch? You mean to tell me, I'm back on the Andrew Wiggins thing, I'm sorry to say, but Andrew Wiggins didn't deserve that shit. I don't know what, he ain't putting hands on you, is he? Now why would you stay there all these years? He making that much money, you gonna stay, but you gonna fuck this man's best friend and have a child, or maybe two out of that shit. You're an evil bitch, man. That kid don't look like the type of nigga that be doing some weirdo shit to make you do that. You just did it because he's probably a soft, cool ass nigga. And you're like, oh yeah, I can fuck somebody else on this cornball. Back to Trump, a fat, greasy, weird, wavy-haired, fucking red, blemishy-faced white dude can become president. They look like he wearing diapers and shit, walk around, talk, acting tough. Trump can't fight or nothing. I'll beat that nigga ass. You already know he can't fight. That's why nigga, he's scary ass cracker. Get out of here. Get out of here. But yet still, he did all this damage. All these people died because of his ineptitude and his stupidity. That's the world we live in. And motherfuckers like me trying to fucking get YouTube subscribers. There's a guy that Blake Rozier. Blake Rozier right now is on YouTube, and he's supposed to be doing a 24-hour, 5-day event. He's down at this theater in Hollywood, East Hollywood, and he's gonna be there for 4 days. I'm not hating on that shit, but this motherfucker be having 800-900 live chat people on his shit. Now I know, I'm pretty sure Blake's been doing this for a long time. He's got over 80,000 YouTube subscribers. The other motherfucker I fuck with named Danny Mullen, he got over 100. What makes these dudes so interesting? I'll never know. No disrespect to them, I'm telling you. I've seen your skits. I've seen, what they do, and motherfuckers I don't know, man. It's like, I don't know, I guess I'm supposed to be juggling or putting on makeup or some shit and going booga 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 or some shit to get a motherfucker to fuck with you. But it's all to the good. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to keep having guests on here. We're going to keep making tracks like we Bigfoot, and niggas going to be saying, I ain't never seen feet that big. And that's all we can do. Ain't nothing we can do but keep trying and never start lying about what we're trying to do. It's an investment in your life to continue to struggle until that struggle is over. It's your boy. And check this out, man. We got 43 minutes of the show in. I'm about to get up out of here. I'm going to do a 45-minute show. I love y'all. And hopefully, everybody is doing well. God bless you. This is the Corner Store Podcast. Didn't have no live chatters tonight. Oh, well. Motherfuckers might not be fucking with me no more because of what I was saying on IG. If that's the case, nigga, get in this 18-wheeler and roll your bitch ass out of here. But it's your boy, OMD Dex 300. Check me out this Thursday, 8 p.m. live, Corner Store Podcast right here on YouTube. It's all one love. Holla at y'all next time. Let's get it. Appreciate you.